If you're anything like me, you spend a lot of time on YouTube, and as much as I'd like to pretend that the time I spend on YouTube is mainly producing content for it, I would be lying, and you know I would be lying, and I know that you would know that I would be lying. I spend my time wallowing in two types of content, one of which is Futurama clips that someone uploaded about 11 years ago, and the other is VTuber clips, the second of which I know I'm not alone in being recommended. The YouTube algorithm works in weird and wonderful ways, and the latest of those ways is thankfully the first to also be wonderful instead of just plain weird. Where 2018 was the year that everyone got recommended a video essay about the importance of Bob the fucking Builder, 2020 is thankfully the year that no matter where you click, you'll soon be finding enough VTuber clips to last you until the grave. But upon seeing that this is very much the trendy thing on YouTube nowadays, I thought that it was high time I jump on this bandwagon in the hopes of riding it all the way to the bank. So, what I have done is, in this envelope, I have saved up £500 with which to make myself a VTuber. So now, throughout the course of this video...
Oh! More e-streaming!
So anyway, as I was saying, I have about £0 in this envelope. Time to get turning myself into a VTuber. Now that my entire budget was making a rainbow in a stream that didn't even get a VOD uploaded, I had to confront that my project was facing a hurdle. One way around it was that there is supposedly something called streaming, which is like VTuber content, only that instead of an anime girl, it's an actual person. And that sounds disgusting. So I decided that if I was still going to live the VTuber dream, I had to make my own character, instead of paying someone else to do it. First, I had to create a backstory and design template. What I did was go into a state of deep creative thought so that I could come up with the most original concept for a character. So how about they're a farm worker, but they're also a cute anime girl? So next up is to draw them. Many VTubers have designs created by professionals, such as Kiara having the same person behind the Steins Gate character designs, and Luna having her design by the same person who did the character design for Eromanga Sensei. But I don't need some quote-unquote professional to come and do my job for me. No, I'm sure I know all about character design. I swear I didn't copy this video concept from SidSnap. Finally, I just need to get it programmed for face tracking, which is a complex process of rigging, managing various states, and just add the finishing touch, and voila! One VTuber to go. Now that my virtual body is ready, it's time to get my mind ready. Thinking like a VTuber is a process of learning to be 3 different characters at the same time. The first is an idol, the second is a fictional persona that you have assigned to your character, and the third is a streamer. What made this process easier for me is that I wrote my character as a massive degenerate, and thus I didn't have to adopt too drastic of a personality change on the second part. The idol part, however, is hard to get down as they are known for their purity, which will be hard to balance with the obscenity of the typical streaming experience. Because of this, I've worked out a quote-unquote golden ratio, where the amount of clean content to dirty content should be around 9:1. Now, let's say a stream lasts 2 hours, you'd want 108 minutes to be relatively family friendly and about 12 minutes to be a bit more profane. But if you're feeling risky, you can just do what I'm doing, which is to apply this ratio on a sentence by sentence basis. Let's look at an example. I went for a nice meal with some friends. Cog. But you must be wary of the language you are streaming in, as some things sound better in Japanese than they do in English. For example, if a person whose first language is Japanese starts yelling fuck every 3 seconds, then they're called cute. But if a person whose first language is English starts yelling fuck every 3 seconds, they're called Australian. After creating a background, I was prepared for my first stream. I intended to play some Titanfall 2, as it's one of my favourite games of all time. But the budget had to be adhered to, and in my budget, I had no money left for games. But that was no worry, because I had a backup plan. Hey guys, so for my first stream, I'm going to be playing Krunker.io. Hope you enjoy. Despite all of this, I haven't made a profit from this scheme, which is weird because I barely put any money into it, so surely it should be easy to make a profit. I mean, it's impossible to think this would be fruitless. Surely, at this point, people would be lining up at my feet, cheering my name and asking when the collab with Hatchima is. If the new trick doesn't work, then how about I try the oldest trick in the book to get me more views and money? E-begging.
Hello, I'm Otaku About Ideas. Did you know that just now I spent 50 minutes trying to make myself into a VTuber? Why, that's almost as long as it takes for Cyberpunk 2077 to crash on my PS4. Now, I can't imagine what the potential reward for this massive undertaking would be. In fact, I do know what it is. It's loads of your cash and attention. With this, I'll be able to buy a better model that doesn't look like something you'd see on DeviantArt. This will be a professionally done design, which will cover my lack of discernible talent with a cute anime girl, so you'll ignore it. Maybe, with enough help, I can get Korewa Eden to shout me out in Best of Independent VTubers number 3, or something. I'll be completely honest, I haven't really thought this one through. The word simp might be frowned upon by Twitch, but I don't frown upon it, so go on. This Christmas, simp for me. Pay up, motherfucker.